What is up, guys? Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. How is everybody doing today? I hope everyone is having a great day and a great week. And I have some interesting things to show you guys. Part of my EDC setup and another knife to talk about. So let's get right into this. All right, I'm going to set this off to the side and we are going to talk about this knife right here. Okay, this is the Giant Mouse Knives Ace Clyde. Okay, I've had this knife for quite a while and I love this knife, and I do mean that. I can remember when I bought this knife, I was like so excited to get it because I had seen it, I think I had seen it on Blade HQ in one of their, oh sorry, I knocked the camera around like I always do. I saw it in one of their knife banter videos and I was like, wow, that knife is beautiful. And then I looked at the price and I was like, oof, it's a little bit on the expensive side, but I decided to get it because it really is such a cool and, in my opinion, amazing knife. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Giant Mouse. Here, let's open it up. There you go. You guys can take a look at that. Let's talk a little bit about Giant Mouse. So Giant Mouse is a knife brand that was started and is currently operated by Jesper Voxnes and Jens Anzo. These are two pretty well-known Danish knife makers and designers. They're responsible for a lot of knives that people love in the EDC community and in the knife collecting community. They just have some amazing designs, especially Jesper Voxnes. I happen to love a lot of his designs. You guys may know about the CRKT Pilar. That's a Voxnes design. That's one of the more well-known designs, but he has a ton of them. And so this particular company was started by them to get their designs out there, and they collaborate on every single knife design that they do. So it's not like one knife is done by Voxnes, one is done by Enzo. They basically collaborate together on every single design. So this here is a collaboration between the two of those master knife makers and designers. So I'm going to go out and say this, and you know, I don't know. I tend to love all of my knives. I think every single one of them is awesome, but this one here might possibly be the best looking knife, in my opinion, in my whole collection. It just has so many cool design elements and features that it just, or I should say design features, that just make it just so attractive to me. Now, one thing you'll notice right off the bat is what we have here is a what they call a trailing point or an upswept point. So it also known sometimes as a Persian style blade because of this point that goes up, sort of that upsweep right there. And you have basically a blade that is a ton of belly. I mean, it's just crazy how much belly there is on this thing. And I will tell you something right now. This knife is in my regular rotation. It has never left. And I think it will always be there because it's a fantastic EDC knife. I mean, it does everything very, very well. It slices well because it has tons of belly. We have a full flat grind. I'm sorry, not a full flat grind. It's like a saber grind, a flat grind here. And it's not a particularly thin blade, and it is a little bit thicker, I think, than it needs to be behind the edge, but that does increase, edge stability or strength, I should say. And after this video, actually, I'm going to go ahead and sharpen this thing. I have not sharpened this since I've gotten it, and I've used it quite a bit, and I've EDC'd it quite a bit. I haven't even stropped it, and it is still very, very sharp. I'm not going to do the paper cut test thing. You guys are just going to have to take my word for it. But it is very, very sharp. It came with a great edge. Now, the steel on this thing is Böhler N690. You guys can see it there. Yeah, it's not coming in very good. Ugh. N690. Now, N690 is known to be sort of like a budget to sort of mid-range steel. Not to be confused with Bowler M390. Those are two very different steels, M390 being a much higher end steel. However, this N690, they heat treated it really, really well, probably perfectly, because I have noticed a pretty considerable amount of edge retention on this knife. And, N690 is an okay steel. There's nothing bad about it. It's just, generally speaking, like I said, it's known as to be a budget to sort of mid-range steel. And I think it was designed for cutlery. It's not a powder steel, but this steel performs very, very well. And I've had no issues with it at all on this knife. I do have one issue with it, and we'll talk about it at the end of this video, but in terms of function for EDC, it's totally fine. It's perfect for this knife and a lot of people's EDC knives. The handle here, what we have is red anodized aluminum, which I just think is beautiful. Has that sort of like a chalkboard texture to it, so it is very, very grippy. It's not slippery at all. This is, of course, a liner lock. As you can see, the liner right there. And action on this guy is awesome. It's not, it doesn't have that drop shutty action that, we've come to get used to with these production knives that are coming out of China and stuff like that, and just everywhere that are riding on bearings. I don't think that this is on bearings. I do believe that this is on washers. I could be mistaken, maybe someone could correct me if they know. However, the action is awesome. It's very, very smooth, and this thing just flies open, no problem. It's very, very comfortable to deploy, and I actually really enjoy it. It's not what I would consider to be a fidget knife. However, that doesn't, that's not really a thing for me. However, I do find myself playing with it because I love the shape of it, and the deployment action is just so solid and nice. I love it. Lockup is very, very good. You can see there, no issues there. And, ergos are fantastic also. You take a look at these design features here. I mean, you have sweeping curves coupled with sharp angles, which I think is one of the things that makes this knife so attractive to me. It's a very good balance between angles and sharp lines, and I love it. I love the way it looks. It's so clean and sleek, yet it has a complexity of design that is just noticeable and nice. I love this lanyard design here. I'm not generally a fan of when companies do this sort of back piece here that is part of the back spacer that is a lanyard hole. However, it's executed very nicely here. It seems to flow into the design just fine, and it would have been fine if they just didn't do it or whatever, but it does look very, very nice, and I have no problem with it whatsoever. We look at the clip. We got one of those wire clips here that is fairly deep when it rides in your pocket, as you can see here. Just about that much of the knife will stick up out of your pocket, but it's pretty minimal. And this knife slides in and out of the pocket no problem, because you got this aluminum that doesn't have any obstructions. And then the wire clips, these deep pocket wire clips, work very, very well. You may not like the aesthetic of it. I happen to really like it. I might be one of the few people that likes the way a wire clip looks, but it's just extremely practical and very, very functional, and it works great, so I have no problem with it. I love the contrast of the black hardware with the red. I think it looks very, very nice and very attractive, and just altogether the design of this knife is just so attractive to me. I love it, and like I said, it performs really, really well, and it's very, very comfortable in the hand. One of the things I really like to do with this knife is when I'm cutting, is I sort of grip it like this, and I make cuts like that. Just rest my index finger up here, and it has so much belly. It kind of reminds me of like a skinning blade, with the amount of belly and curve that it has, but it cuts things regular EDC things that you are going to encounter. It cuts them no problem. And I just, I love it. So Giant Mouse Ace Clyde. Now this does come in other configurations. They actually just released a denim micarta version with 20 CV steel. I think that it looks really nice. I'd like to get a hold of that. Some of the older versions had LMAX, which is great, and micarta, like a green micarta. I think there was a tan one. I'm kind of on the lookout for one of the tan versions. I would like to get one. This one here is totally fine. I love the red aluminum, but these things look amazing in micarta, and they are coming with LMAX steel, and now 20 CV, which is just even better. But this thing is great, guys. You guys should check this out. This is a fantastic option for an EDC. Very stylish. It's quite slim too, and compact. Fits just like right in your hand. Is just very, very nice and easy to operate, and just a great knife. I love it. Highly recommended. Now, there is a couple issues with this particular one here. First of all, the red aluminum one, I don't think is in production anymore. So if you want one in this red aluminum, and there was a black aluminum version, those I believe are out of production. Some of the micarta versions I think are out of production. There is a brass version, which does look kind of cool, but so they're a little bit hard to get. They're not always in stock at retailers. And then the last thing I'll talk about is the pricing. These guys, when you could get them, were $145. So that is pretty expensive for a knife like this. Well, not like this, but a knife that has this blade steel. Like I said, there's nothing wrong, in my opinion, with N690. I think it's a fine blade steel for EDC. No problems with it whatsoever. However, for that price point, I do think it's overpriced. And so, the other versions that are in LMAX and 20 CV, those seem more appropriately priced, but those are running between, I think, $175 to $185. So, premium price, but more premium materials. You are getting the micarta, which is very, very nice. They do a great job with it, and a more premium blade steel than this here. But if you could pick up one of these for a good price, I say go for it right away. And if you don't mind springing that extra money because you like the styling of this blade, and take my word for it, it is a fantastic EDC, guys. I love it. I love carrying this knife. This will probably always be in my rotation. I think I already said that. But so a little bit on the pricey side, but is it worth it? I don't know. It's up to you, right? It's up to you whether or not you want to spend the money to get this design. But I love it. It's beautiful. I'm very glad that I purchased it when I did, and that when it was available, and fantastic. Okay, so that is the Giant Mouse Clyde. I'll set that off to the side. And this is the other thing I wanted to show you guys. This is my new EDC pocket organizer that I have been carrying. I just got it probably about a couple of weeks ago, and I have been using it every day, and it's awesome. It has replaced my wallet. This is what I carry now. Sometimes in my back pocket, sometimes in my front pocket, or sometimes in my jacket. Just depends on what I'm wearing for types of pants or whatever, and if I'm wearing a jacket. But this is a pretty standard EDC pocket organizer. It's fantastic. The brand is called Easy Ant, and I got this off of Amazon, and it is imported. I think these guys are made in China, like everything else. So the price was very good. I don't remember the exact price, so I am going to put a link down in the description below, both to the Clyde and this pocket organizer on Amazon. This is a very good deal, guys. It fits what I like to carry perfectly, absolutely perfectly, and I have been really enjoying carrying it. The leather is pretty good, high quality leather. Well, I can't say it's high quality. It's decent quality. And obviously, for the price that this comes in at, and I want to say it was around $20. Obviously, for that price, you're not going to get the best leather in the world, But this is pretty damn good. And for me and my purposes, it's fine. I'd like to get one of these from a company called Hitch and Timber. They make some really nice ones that have pen loops and stuff on the outside. So I just like EDC gear. So having multiple types of carries is just carry setups is just fun to me. It's just something that really helps me enjoy my gear a little bit more. And yeah, I like it. I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. So what we have in here is a Swiss Army knife, the Fisher Space Pen, and my flashlight. And I got my cards in here in this top pocket here. They fit my cards perfectly. And then this back pocket, I will tuck some cash in there. As you can see right now, I don't have any in there. But a lot of times I'll tuck a 20 in there, or maybe a 20 and a 5 or something, just so I have some cash. But I usually only use my cards anyway. I'm going to remove the cards off screen so people don't get my bank information and rob me. But anyway, the cards fit in there perfectly. And when you have everything in there, it creates this this spot right here, which is perfect to fit my Fisher Space Pen or any other pen that is this size. I'm sure you guys know about the Fisher Space Pen. Fantastic pen for EDC, and just a really good option to have on you if you like to carry a pen. And like I said, with the cards in there and everything, it just slips right down in there, and it's perfect. I love it. So I carry that in there, and then you have seen this before. I showed this. This is my customized or custom built Victorinox Voyager. So this is a two-layer Victorinox knife that I made. I put it together. I think I took apart a Bantam and a Cadet so that I could get a two-layer 84mm A-LOX that has the blade, the combo tool, and of course the all coveted and famous 84mm scissors. This is a tool set that I absolutely love having, and this knife is just something I really appreciate because I created it, and making customs and stuff is actually pretty difficult, and mods. And it's a lot of fun, and yeah, it's just, I love it. And so I carry this. It fits perfectly in there. It's like it was meant for it, I believe. I think they made this pocket size to carry a Cadet. So, and then my flashlight of choice that I have a few different lights. I'll show them in other videos when I start showing off more of my EDC gear, because I do have quite a bit. But this is the Olight i3T EOS. I love this light. This light is probably... Oh, this light's awesome. These guys are very affordable. I can't remember what they go for now. This happens to be like the bronzed out version. And it fits so nicely into this organizer. Like I said, it's perfect for it. And also, if you want, you can clip it to your pants because it has this. If you wear a hat and you want to go hands-free with this light, you could just, what I usually do is I will take this clip off and reverse it so that it's going this way, and I'll clip it right to my the brim of my hat and turn it on, and basically you have a headlamp if you're wearing a brimmed hat or something like that. So this is just a fantastic light. 2 modes, low, high, and it produces a ton of light, and it takes a AAA battery, I believe. So it's not one of those rechargeable old lights, but it's awesome, and I really do love it. And as you can see, it fits right in there, and all my stuff just fits perfectly. I'm going to put my cards back in. Hold on one second, guys. All right. And yeah, all my stuff just fits in perfectly into this thing. And yeah, it's pretty... It slips right into my pocket, no problem, or like I said, into a jacket. So I highly recommend one of these. If you don't want to go out and buy one of the more expensive options, the ones that are, oh, by the way, these are all handmade. If you don't want to buy the more expensive US-made versions of something like this, which I do recommend you also check out to support US industry. But if you don't have the money, and you want one of these are awesome. Like, once again, the brand is Easy Ant, and I will put the description. I will put a link to it down in the description below. So, yes, thank you so much for coming by today. Stay tuned. I'm going to try to put up some more videos. I know I'm slow to uploading, but I just got a lot going on in my life. I'm not really that important, other than to my family and my kids. But in terms of who I am, I just have a lot going on, and mostly it's my children and stuff. Oh, I hit the camera again. Sorry. I have a new setup here, so I'm still getting used to it. Anyway, thank you so much. I have some really cool knives to show you guys coming up too, so stay tuned. Please leave a like, subscribe, leave comments if you like what you see here today. And like I said, if you like these items, check out the links down in the description below. You don't have to buy it from those links. I don't have any affiliate links or anything like that. Just showing you guys where I get some stuff if you want it. Thank you. Have a very good day, guys. Until next time, stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.